Good evening, YouTube. This is Alucard AFK with another MTGO online game. This particular game, I just had to upload because it really showcases the Sorin's Vengeance win conditions back to back. I know that's a little spoiler, but it just showcases. If you really look to this, I probably could have lost this or would have lost this without those two win conditions. But it really does showcase that I did have creature removal. I did have some ways to put some tokens out. I just didn't get a way to get my planes out. So I probably should have mulliganed this, even though we got a Sorin's Vengeance in the opening hand. We didn't get a way to get any white, which is really our mass creature removal. We've got tons of go for the throats and things like that, but we didn't get any of those either. So let's look at our opening hand. We got plenty of mana, so this was going to be one of those things where we had plenty of mana to cast Sorin's Vengeance. We just didn't have anything to put out on the field, so we got a Buried Ruin in our open hand, we got a Swamp, Pristine Talisman, another Swamp, a Buried Ruin, Sorin's Vengeance, and a Phyrexian Core. So tons of mana there. And let's get right into it, just showcase a little bit what went on in this game. So I'm going to play a Swamp. He's going to play a Forest. He's going to play an Elf. It's a way for him to tap and get some green mana. We got another Swamp in our hand. And we're going to play a Buried Ruin, which is add 1 to your mana pool. You can sacrifice it and return a target, which we easily get the Simulac guys. Yes, I'm still calling them Simulac. He's going to play an Elk. He can sack the Elk and search his library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle. So essentially that's like our Simulac, only ours is an artifact, his is a creature. Or we're an artifact creature and he's a creature. So he can sack it and get a basic land card. And we got a Ghost Quarter, so we are just getting mana capped out here, which is fine. So if we can essentially survive what he brings out, and he does bring out some nasty stuff, we can just do the Sorin's Vengeance and get some health back and do 10 damage to him. So we'll play another Buried Ruin, and then we'll go ahead and put out a Pristine Talisman, which people don't like this for some reason. It only gives me 1 health per rounds. I can tap it, and it'll give me 1 life. My life drain deck, or / life gain, because they all had lifelink, I was getting tons of health, and people never Doombladed those guys and really ever messed with them. But you put out a Pristine Talisman and they just get rid of it. The last game, somebody got rid of it. This game they tried to. So it's going to play an Avacyn's Pilgrim. Really great card. Adds 1 plane to your mana pool, and he's a creature, so he can add 1 green and 1 white. So and he's going to swing in with the Elk for 2. We'll go down to 18. Got an Oblivion Ring. I don't have any planes, so I can't use it. And we'll go ahead and play Ghost Quarter. And I might have been mistaken. He might have used this is the next guy to come. We'll just tap the Pristine Talisman for now. But he brings out, he's going to sack the Elk and search for a basic land card. He's going to bring out another Forest. Here's what I was talking about. He's going to bring out the Acidic Slime, and when it enters the battlefield, you can destroy a target artifact, enchantment, or land, which is really good. I always thought it just destroyed land because that's all I used to see it do, but it can destroy artifact, enchantment, or land. That's really good. It's a 2/2 as well, so 3 colorless and 2 green. That's really a pretty good card. So yeah, he's going to destroy my Pristine Talisman and get rid of it. Which is fine, so we lose 1 mana. We're not really hurting, so we've got, you know, Phyrexian Core, some swamps. He's going to swing in with the Elf. Go down to 18. And we got another Sorin's Vengeance. So if you look at this, we've got plenty of mana, and we basically have 2 win conditions. If I cast this, he'll go down to 10. If I cast this, we will win the game. So essentially, at this point, that is our strategy. That is what we're going to try to do, unless we get some planes to cast Lingering Souls or some Oblivion Rings. That is going to be our plan. So right now, we have our just about our mana base. So we need to get, let's see, we'll need 1 more swamp, and then we have 1, 2, 3 here. So we basically need a swamp and a Phyrexian Core out there to be able to cast it. And in the meantime, he's just going to attack with the Acidic Slime and in the Elf. So we'll go down to 15. And this was bad news bears. He brought out a Vortipede. It's a 5/4 Vigilance, Trample, and Undying. So not a great card to show up. I was really worried when this guy came out. So it's like you just hope. Okay, so we got a Lingering Souls, but again, we don't have any white. It's 2 colors, so and white to planes to be able to play it. So I was kind of hoping we would get something like that. But it's really not. It's just part of the deck. It's, you know, it's another, you know, some of the other games we played, we actually used Lingering Souls quite a bit, and we used, you know, Stimulate Guy to get those planes. Really, that's my only way to get that. You know, if you sack the Buried Ruin, you get a return artifact to the field. If you get a Phyrexian Core out, you can sacrifice an artifact, you gain 1 life. I still don't have any way to get any planes. So we went down to 8. He swung in with the Vortipede and the Acidic Slime. So we're down to 8. This is not good at this point. And he's going to put out another one, which was like, this is not good. So we got a swamp. And so we now have, oh, we do have enough. See, that's what I was thinking. We do cast Sorin's Vengeance at this point. So we'll tap our blacks, and then we do have 4 mana. So we've got 2 Buried Ruins and a Ghost Quarter, and then that 1 swamp will count as anything, really. We just needed 3 black specifically. So we'll go ahead and just tap all of that. And we'll play a Sorin's Vengeance. So he goes down to 10, we go back to 18. So really, really good at that point. And then really all we have to do is survive another round and cast the other one. We didn't really use our Lingering Souls at all. And I think, yes, he's going to play a Cavern of Souls. And he's going to swing in with both of the Vortipedes and the Acidic Slime. And we go down to 6. So it's really good that we got that 10 health. So at this point I was like, alright, so usually somebody tries to pull some crazy as many Lannons. If you control, you get X damage on target player or creature or something like that, consume spirit or something. I've seen some odd ones I hadn't seen before lately, so usually if they can get you down that far, they've got something. But I was waiting for it. I was like, oh crap, he's tapping all his lands here. What? He's going to play a Soul of the Harvest, which is a 6/6 with trample. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. Crazy card. Crazy, crazy. So it's really a 6 for 6 there. And so with all those guys out on the field, we got a Terminus, which I would have loved to have played this. Essentially, though, it's one of those things where you play with somebody though. It's like, do you cast Sorin's Vengeance and win the game, or do you? What if you had a plains? Do you cast Terminus and get rid of all his creatures, and we have none? You know, so they can stay on the field. So we don't cast a Miracle. Obviously, we can't even cast it for its Miracle cost, which is 1 plains. It's 4 colors and 2 plains to cast it without that. We don't have either, so we'll just cast Sorin's Vengeance again. And at that point, like, even before I cast it, even before it showed up on the menu, he was like, ugh. He knew I was tapping all my land and probably had another Sorin's Vengeance. So, but that is Black-White Vengeance. That is what it's all about. So on turn 8, he went exactly down to 0. It was 2 10s, 2 Sorin's Vengeance back to back that ended up beating him, and we got up to 16. And he had a 6/6, a 5/4, another 5/4, a 2/2, and 2 1/1s out on the field. So really good. I was happy that we got our mana base out there and was able to cast both Sorin's Vengeance. There's 4 in the deck. That's always nice. So leave a comment. Let me know how you think this deck is going, and please subscribe. Thanks.